Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. Wow, this is the most I've had at once. It's the wrong way to put it, but great.
Yeah, this is
great.
really fun. Yeah, I love doing press about a show that I actually like. This is wonderful.
Same.
Amazing. Congratulations on such an incredible show. My heart was racing at the end of episode 1. I'm 2 episodes in and I'm just so gripped. So well done on an incredible show. I want to start by talking to the filmmakers, Gabrielle, Lauren, Ali, and Ava. There's so many different facets going on with the relationships, the politics. How do you even begin starting in a show like this?
So one of my favorite things about developing the show was actually the interview process and the people that we talked to in order to put authenticity behind what was written. We spent a few weeks talking to migrant workers on the phone, landowners in Northern California, and just hearing their stories, especially the migrant workers' stories. It was so eye-opening and so inspiring, and to be able to work with a consultant too who had parallels to the world of migrant workers in California. It's a privilege to be, able to give voices to characters that represent real communities and beautiful people that not a lot of people get to experience.
I would love to jump in. I think my favorite thing about developing this series actually is, in a very male-dominated industry, we really focused on and showcased the matriarchs, whether it was behind the camera or in front of the camera. Like, our showrunner is female, our director is female, I'm a female. We had so many female voices in it, and you can see that in our characters and within the family, within each family. Every single one of the females is so strong and passionate and the boss and the one in charge, really, and the one making things happen and fighting for their family no matter what cost it is. And I'm just really proud and impressed with our actors who did such a beautiful job portraying these incredibly strong and dynamic females. And I just love the matriarchy that we kind of displayed in Casa Grande.
Absolutely, and it's very beautifully done.
All the female characters are very strong. They drive the story. I was very honored as a Latina to portray Latinos in an empowerment TV series. And I also feel like this TV series is about the chase of the American dream. So whether you have money or don't have money, and how these, insatiable chase does not make you happy. So, money doesn't make you happy. I think that's a message for me of this series. And every one of the actors was very carefully selected, and they're all super talented.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's such a massive cast. I mean, we can see it right now. How do you begin to wrangle this cast together?
We watch a lot of casting, and we select the best of the best. Every person who's here is the best of the best for that role. And I'm just proud to direct every single one of you.
Amazing. And to the cast, was there a particular cast member who sort of brought you all together and helped you bond? Was there someone who kind of led the pack?
I can kind of speak to it. What may not be obvious is we shot this during COVID, like big COVID, November 2020 COVID. So we were up north in Petaluma, which is a lot more remote, and we were all kind of staying in the same secluded hotel, and very few like restaurants were open or things. So we had our own little bubbles. So although you think that Sawyer and Susanna loathe one another, because Pyper and I were kind of always in our scenes together, we could go off on our days off together. It's like, well, we're already pregnant, so we might as well go for a hike or for a thing. But we really, because of the time, we really didn't all kind of gather. There was one maybe like outdoor thing at Allie's house where we got to put eyes on each other, but it was still kind of operating in the like little pods. So I got lucky. My pod had one of the coolest cats on the planet, Piper. But I can't speak to everybody else's pod because I didn't get invited.
Piper was very cool. I agree. No, I think that to echo what Christine was saying also, it was, even the casting process was so different in the middle of COVID. This was the first time I'd ever done, a screen test or producer sessions on Zoom. And so that was a really different experience as well. And I think just speaks to the team that they brought everyone together so beautifully and were so committed to telling stories with authenticity that way. But it was an incredible experience to be in the middle of COVID doing that together. And I think the commitment that everybody brought in that time was so raw and so real, and it speaks to the success of the series.
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with the producers, because sometimes on a set, a producer will show up and you just feel the tension and everybody's paranoid and, oh, he's here, be on your best behavior. And one thing about this project, all the producers, the bigwigs, were the coolest people in the world, just regular people, and we chat, and you never felt under a thumb at any given moment. And I would look forward to Ali showing up every day, because he'd show up with a different car, and I'm a car guy like him. So it was the coolest thing in the world every day, just to see what he showed up in.
Actually, I have to jump on that. And everything that everyone's saying, I agree with so much, but I showed up, we drove up to Petaluma. My car had stripped tires, they sucked. And then my first introduction into Ali was, oh my gosh, you drove 6 hours up here on those tires. I'm taking your car, I'm getting you new tires. And it's just, there was such a camaraderie and a generosity amongst the whole group. And I got new tires out of it, which is great. But everyone was so kind. And yeah, I mean, we were welcomed with open arms in such a vulnerable period of time, where I think it's a huge leap of faith to drive up to Northern California and to go spend a month with people you don't know. And you're like, okay, well, I'm leaving my house now. I hope that everyone is nice. And it was such a good crew. And especially during a weird period of time in the world, I think we all felt really lucky and really safe with each other.
We were in a bubble indeed, which helped us connect and helped with the chemistry we had in front of camera. We became a family, went to lunch with cast and crew, went out, danced, had parties at the end, which is the utopia we look for as actors every time we onboard a project. So we're very thankful for the opportunity during that particular time as well.
I'm just happy because in the show, I'm very isolated. I go on my own journey. But then once they call cut, everyone came and gave me a big hug. It was great.
I was wondering, because this show, you've got different families that take care of dairy, you've got wine, and all these different kind of empires, really. Did you guys go on any retreats together to study wineries? Did you become connoisseurs of these empires, what they deal with?
I became a connoisseur of bullshit. I mean,
yeah, cash it. So we shoot that location is a working dairy farm, and
wow.
And all the cows that you see who have the really beautiful long eyelashes, so those are dairy cows. And what ends up happening is that you don't just have manure, you have sour dairy on top of it.
Oh my God.
So in terms of did you go on an adventure? Yeah. Was it awesome? Yeah. Do you still have that smell in your nose hairs?
Yes.
It's never coming out. So I mean, it's funny because it is an empire and the people do make a lot of money and they live in these big, beautiful houses, but it's raw. That particular kind of farming it's a lot.
I think we call it the Sonoma aroma.
I have to say the double whammy would be the days on sets where they had to remove the septic material from the trailers, and you were on these farms, and it was coming from both sides. It was pretty.
Yeah, lunchtime was interesting, guys.
Luxurious is what it was.
Yeah. So Sarah, I'll chime in here. So this is the 17th or 18th project we've done in this place they're talking about, which is in Northern California in Sonoma County, about an hour north of San Francisco, in wine country, right next to Napa, that you might be aware. So that's where I'm from. So I get a personal kick out of it because we get to shoot a lot of our movies here, and a lot of our other movies are about wine and farmers and all this cool stuff. But what everybody said is not only true, but they went through a lot to do this. So I only acted in a small role in this as an Iranian farmer, but helping put it together, coming up with the idea with Lauren, and then really doing all the research with Ava, interviewing all the farmers and ranchers. Like, I really have to thank this cast, because these guys came up there, really rolled up their sleeves and did this. This was a small budget production. Everybody did it because they liked the story, they liked the script. I think it's bilingual, it's 20-30% in Spanish. It's showing a lot of different colors. It's showing good and bad. It's got a, definitely a Downton Abbey upstairs, downstairs feel to it. It's got a Yellowstone feel to it, and it's got a Romeo and Juliet core to it with Javier and Madison's role. So I can't thank this cast enough for doing this. Hopefully, if it does well on Amazon, and that's entirely up to you, Sarah. So if it doesn't do good, I'm calling you. But if it does well and they order a second season, it would be great, because all 5 come on Freevee, Amazon's Freevee, May 1st. And we're hoping that people respond to it as well. I mean, everybody that's seen it outside of our companies also really liked it. And I think it's going to be something new that people haven't seen. It's got a story, and it's interesting and exciting. And the actors in this are amazing. And Gabriella that directed it did an amazing job. And then I can't thank Lauren and Ava enough to produce this thing.
As Christine said, and I don't think she took enough credit. I mean, if there was someone who pulled a whole bunch of people together, it was probably Christina. She really has a gift for that. And I think a lot of people go to her to find out what's going on and really feel it out. And she's absolutely right. This was a whole different world shooting in COVID. I mean, I was in quarantine when Allie called me. I was up in Canada doing 14 days of quarantine to see my mother. And Allie called me about the project, and we started talking. Then you come down, and you can't really quite socialize completely with everyone. So for me, with Christina and our hikes, that was pretty incredible. And then the whole journey itself, this Romeo and Juliet meets a little dash of King Lear, and a whole bunch of bad decisions leads into the entire drama of the course of Casa Grande, and it's a pretty good ride.
Characters in the thing is the land. It's Napa Valley. It's Petaluma itself. I live from the area as well. I grew up in Modesto, and it's John Steinbeck country. It's of mice and men. It's grapes of wrath, and the land is absolutely gorgeous. And I think you probably noticed the cinematography is really good on the show, and it really shows how wonderful an area it is.
It really is. And you guys are incredible. It's a incredible storyline, incredibly shot, so gripping, and fantastic performances. That's all I have time for. I could speak to you guys all day, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys!